What's up, League? Welcome back, Chalk Talk Daily. The last couple episodes, really, we've been dealing with the sprint out series, getting the quarterback out on the edge if you're having any trouble protecting the QB and all your drop back stuff. So this is kind of a change up. Gets the quarterback out on the edge, takes a little pressure off of your offensive line. So we've been talking about some different schemes on the outside with the wide receivers, different combinations, putting defenders in tough positions. Now, really, the next question is, how do you protect? What do you do with the offensive line? We're going to look at the two different schemes that I've learned over the years on how to protect for sprint out pass. Really, it involves a full slide one way or the other for the offensive line. Throw a puller in there if needed, and really protecting that front edge with either the tight end or fullback or the tailback, something to secure that edge, give yourself some support at the point of attack for the quarterback to get around there. So let's take a look. Remember to keep liking, keep commenting. Any questions, concerns, any thoughts, please join the conversation and let's move forward.
All right, the first protection scheme in the sprint out pass is really the simplest scheme there is, and it's basically a run play for the offensive line. So they're going to reach up their playside gap, whoever is in there, as if they're running outside zone on this. So as usual, center sets the point just so everybody knows where they're working towards. Okay, so that means the center and the front side guard are working this double team basically to that Mike linebacker if he steps in that zone. Tackle and tight end are working to reach this defensive end and anything outside of that. Backside is going to be the toughest part. The guard has to work as hard as he can to get that cut off, and then the backside tackle really is going to flow through with the eyes back and peel if anything breaks through. Tailback out here is on the edge for any help. Usually what happens in a sprint out pass, there's going to be a runner, a Mike linebacker or the Sam is going to work their way around the pocket to get to that quarterback. So it's either going to be the running back in this scenario to take that over. This next protection is really for the longer developing plays, the longer developing routes on the outside. For example, in our last episode, we had scissors or the switch route on the outside. That takes a little bit longer than the sail route or the smash concept where the quarterback could just get the ball out of his hands right away. So in these longer developing plays, you're going to get leakage if you're running your protection as if you're running an outside zone. So it's just natural. There's going to be defensive linemen that are leaking through. There might be a linebacker that's coming through there. So what this protection does is really protect the backside gaps, holds up a little bit more solid to that leakage. So what the whole offensive line is going to do is turn back and step hard into that backside gap in protection. Okay, so you have the full slide here, center setting hard on that backside nose. That 3 technique with that guard, he's really going to get his front side hand up, hold him a little bit, but he always has awareness in that A gap right there. The backside tackle is one of my favorite blocks right there. He has free reign to clean up that 3 technique. Now the front side, the front edge is where things get interesting. You have a couple different options. So right now, if the tight end is not in the route, you have the option of either stepping him down into that C gap there or tying himself onto that defensive end wherever he goes. So for this example, we'll step down. So the tight end is going to step into that C gap, but he really doesn't have to be as extreme as the other offensive lineman because he knows he has a 6 technique right in front of him, and the goal is really to take him over. So he's going to set to snatch is what we call it. Set to snatch that defensive end up. He's going to step in, snap his eyes up. If that defensive end is anywhere near his nose, he's going to take his outside hand and club him right into that C gap and clear him, wash him into the rest of the pile, and let the quarterback get out on that edge. The other option you have, or the other situation that you have, is if the tight end is out on the route. Okay, so let's say the tight end, we had a sail concept that he's out in the flat right now. That's where the tailback comes into play. Tailback's going to cheat himself up a little bit, and on that snap, he's going to attack that outside thigh pad of that defensive end, and he's going to cut him down. Now, there might be some of you that are playing football that have the rules where running backs can't cut You're going to do your best as a running back to attack that outside breastplate and run him up the field. In the case that you can cut, this is what the running backs have to be experts at. Attacking that defensive end on his outside thigh pad, cutting him down. The last option that you have if the tight end is out on the route somewhere, and you have to have your tailback cutting that defensive end down at the point of attack, the last option you have is getting an extra puller out there as wide as he can to protect for any looper or contained backer that's coming for the quarterback. In that case, the puller's going to get out of there. The center is blocking back, same scenario. That the left tackle or backside tackle is really stepping in to fill in for the puller and getting his eyes back to that defensive end. Quarterback out on the edge, like I said, allowing him to make some plays with a secured front side pocket.